Hello, Shopify store owners. Hope you're doing great, selling a lot of stuff on your Shopify stores. Welcome to another video, another Shopify app review, where I'll share with you guys a completely free forever Shopify app to add wishlist functionality on your stores. Completely free, forever free. I'm emphasizing is a lot because I haven't seen that awesome app, the cool app with all of these free functionalities. And the app which I'm talking about is True Value Wishlist Email, where you have just one-click wishlist setup. All you have to do is just install the app, and it is going to display the heart icon, or if you want to change the icon, it is going to add complete functionality of the wishlist, as you can see on these screenshots as well, with just a single click. All you have to do is just install and enable it on the theme. And if you want to learn how to completely set it up for your store, make sure to watch the complete video. Do not forget to give the thumbs up, and without further ado, let's get into the screen. So guys, that's where you land when you install the app. That's the first screen which you will get. And here we have the option of choosing the language. We have Spanish, French, and all of these languages. I'm going to click on next step. And here it's asking me to enable that. Currently, I do not have that enabled. So to enable the wishlist app, we will need to click on here, where it will show the option like this GIF showing up, this animation, where we need to enable that. So let's click on enable. Perfect. It's now showing that it is enabled, and once it's done, click on save. Okay, after saving, go back to the app screen where it will do this verification. And now you can see that it says we are ready to implement our wishlist. So let's click on finish. And we are now good to go. Now let's click on display settings, or let's go to the dashboard to see what are the features we have on this T-Value wishlist app. So it's already enabled. So the first point is checked. Now we have the option of customizing the widget, that how do we want to actually display our wishlist widget. So click on go to widgets. Now, before I move into these display settings, I want to show you guys the front end of the store, which now already have all of the wishlist features. So if I go to online store, you can now see that we have this heart icon showing up, where we can simply click on add to wishlist, and it's going to show up on the wishlist page, which will come up when we click on this icon here. So let me add one of the item to the wishlist. I'm going to click on add to wishlist. And here you can see that we have this pop-up showing up that we have now the option of signing in and leave our email so we can access our wishlist later on. Now again, if we click on this heart icon, we have this showing up where it's showing in stock, out of stock, all of these details which are showing up, and we don't have to do anything. We just had to install the app, enable that on our theme, and we have our wishlist feature completely added on the theme. And it's also now showing up on the product page. Now let me take you to the settings page, where we will be able to customize how it's being displayed, and we can change the colors, and we can change a lot of settings on this app, and there are a ton of settings. On top of that, there is a really cool email automation feature which comes with this app, which I'm going to show you in this video. So let's go to the backend, and here we have this widget setting where it says auto show wishlist button. So if I click on customize, here you can see that we have a lot of different settings. So in this collection page, how do we want this wishlist button to look like? So if I zoom out a little bit, you can see that that's how it's going to look like. So that's our product, and that's the heart icon of the collection page. And if I click on this drop down, here you can see that we have this enable or disable option. So if I want to disable that, I can simply disable that on collection page. If I open up the collection page on my store, you can see that that's how it's going to look like, right? And it's not just for the collection page, it is for the product page as well. And that's where I can disable and enable that. Now I've currently disabled that. And here we have the change of positioning, meaning if you want to change the position from top left to top right. And this is for the button style. So we do have different button styles. So if I click on style 1, let's see how it's going to look like. So that's the style 1, that's the style 2. Style 1 and style 2 looks pretty similar. That's the style 3, and that's the style 4. Yeah, that's a little bit different than style 1. So here we also have the option of edit style settings. So if you want to change the style to a different color maybe. So let's say if I change it to red, and you can see that now on the style 4 we have this red color border showing up, right? So all of these different settings which we have to change how we want our wishlist button to look like, and there are a ton of settings for that. So you can see that this is for styles, style 1, style 2, style 3, and the style 4 which we have. Okay, we also have the customize your placement rule. So we can add rule to change the position of our wishlist icon, and if you click on add rule, you can see that we have these options here. So product listing, main product, which button style you want to place, what is the grid item where you want to display. So we have all of these customization where we can change the placement rules, right? And I'm going to remove that because that's an advanced thing to play around with and it's going to take a lot of time. And here we have the wishlist page option. So currently we have it showing up as a pop-up. So if I go on the product page and if I click on this wishlist icon on the top, you can see that we have this pop-up showing up, but we can display that as a complete page as well, where if we click on this page radio button, you can see that we have this page which will open up on a new page if you want to display it like that, right? So here you can see that the product is showing up which we added in our wish list. Okay, below that we have variant selection pop-up. So when you are adding the wish list, if you want to ask user that what is the variant you want to add in the wish list, you can enable this. Again, it's disabled by default because it's not really user friendly to have to ask a lot of information just for adding into the wishlist item. So it's suggested to disable it, but if you want it in specific use case, if you want to enable that, you can simply enable that. In this option, we have enable and disable for this login and the leave email option. So if you disable that, you will not see this here. You will just see the item of the wishlist which you added. Here is the wishlist toast. So if you want to change the position when you add any of the wishlist item, here is the small pop-up which shows up. So you can change the position of it to be top left, center left, or whatever position you want, and you can change the background color, text color, right? And this is for the floating button which is showing up here. So as you can see here, this is the floating button of the wishlist icon. Again, you can change the position and change the styling as per all of these stylings. This is for the header button, and you can change the colors, you can change the positioning. The header button is showing up here on your theme, right? And this is for require login for wishlist. So if you want to enable the requirement of logging in for someone to add in the wishlist item, you can simply enable it. Currently by default it's disabled. And this is for the custom code. If you want to add custom code like custom CSS or custom JavaScript to change the positioning on anything, you can do that as well. And this is for the wishlist branding. If you want to remove the wishlist branding, you have this chat with us option. So just chat with them and they'll remove the wishlist branding. So here is the 24/7 chat support where you can simply click and contact with the chat support if you need help with anything. Here you can see that chat support is also available. So you're getting a lot of value for a free wishlist app. It's really unimaginable that how much value you're getting for a completely free wishlist app, and the claim of this app that it is going to be free forever. As you can see here, is going to be free forever. So a lot of good functionality which you're getting completely for free. And that's not just it. We have just seen the customization option which this app is offering. And I'm going to show you some of the cool stuff which this app is offering. So let's close these customization settings. And on top of these customization settings, we have these translation. So if you want to customize the text for any other language, currently on my store, I just have English enabled. But if you have the Spanish or any other language, you can add the custom text for that specific language just by switching it from the drop down, right? And you can also copy all of the widget setting from one theme to another. So what happens in Shopify that if you have enabled the app in one theme, and when you disable that theme or when you activate a different theme, it's going to lose all of the settings. But in this app, you have this option of copy settings. So you just click on this copy setting button and you have the option of the select the source theme and select the target theme, where you can easily copy the settings between themes. Okay, on top of these features, we have reports where you will see that how many wishlist items were added. So currently we just added one item an hour ago and it's showing that. And here we will see the customers, whoever added. If they log in, it will show their email address and their name as well. But if they didn't, it will just show it as a guest. Here we have the products which were added in the wishlist item. And this is the activity logs of whatever you did, like whatever your users did on the wishlist features. And you can see that it's also showing up their browser information, a lot of insightful features and a lot of useful information to make decisions on how you can improve the functionality of your store, right? And this is again the analytics, how many customers is currently active, and the product analytics, activity analytics, and the most fun part, which is the email automation. Now, I have seen a lot of wishlist apps, but I haven't seen the automation feature on those wishlist apps where you have the option of automations. Like if someone added item in the wish list, you can send them reminder in X amount of days or X amount of hours. So here we have the settings for this wish list reminder. So if I click on settings, you can see that it is going to wait for 7 hours and then it is going to send an email. Now here we will need to do some setup for the email. Currently it's going to send email using this email, and that's our sender name. This is our subject line, and we will need to select the template for whatever wishlist reminder we want to send. Here we have few different templates, and these are the saved templates which we can select for sending the wishlist reminder. Right here we have the manual sending option. If you want to manually send to any of the user, you're simply gonna click on create manual send, and it is going to send the email reminder to user whoever added the item in the wish list. And this is the email history. Again, these are the email templates, and if you want to remove any of your user from the email list, you can simply unsubscribe the customer. So that's the most exciting feature which I was excited about when I saw this for the first time, because I have seen a lot of wishlist app and I haven't seen this automation of email reminder sending feature on any of the wishlist apps. So it's really cool. And we also have integrations with Shopify Flow. If you want to automate any other stuff, you can create triggers using Shopify Flow. If you haven't seen the Shopify Flow, or if you don't know anything about Shopify Flow, I've created a different video for that. You will find the link in the description. And this is for the OmniSend email marketing. This is for the Klaviyo email marketing. And there are some other settings here available where this is for the app language. And again, this is for the report emails. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys like it. I tried to cover all of the features of this wishlist app, but if you think there is something which I left behind, let me know in the comments below. Would love to help you out in the comment section. Also, you can contact the chat support of this Shopify app. And that's it for this video, guys. Until next video, have a great day.